2025 was supposed to be the year that the box office finally rebounded, that all the Hollywood insiders, the access media, the same thing they've been saying every year for the last half decade, they told you that 2025, with all these big tentpole movies, with all these summer blockbusters, we're finally going to be back. Even though ticket prices are like 30 or 40% higher in some cases than they were in 2019, even though attendance is down across the board, this is going to be the year, guys, we promise. Well, it looks like that was not the case, because here we are nearing the end of summer at the box office, and it looks like same old, same old. The summer box office is quickly turning south. Early hopes that grosses could top $4 billion this season have fizzled as insiders bemoan a lack of tent poles. Now, to put that in perspective, over the last several years, the only year that they did hit $4 billion at the box office was in 2023, when both Barbie and Oppenheimer blew the fuck up at the same time during the summer. That used to be the standard, but obviously not so much anymore. Kryptonite is messing with the summer box office. Heading into the start of the season, hopes were running high that Hollywood would make a roaring comeback and be able to best or at least match the $4 billion plus earned at 2023 at the domestic box office, when the combo of Barbie and Oppenheimer turned into a cultural phenomenon. The 2025 May to August calendar was certainly promising on paper in terms of marquee tentpoles, led by James Gunn's Superman, Jurassic World Rebirth, and Fantastic Four First Steps. Only the dinos overperformed. Well, we should actually look at that, because I think the dinos didn't overperform. I think they performed about as expected. The other two underperformed. And we can hear all the cope that we want about Superman and people saying everything that James Gunn says is just 100% true. Of course, they're so happy with this. That's bullshit. Both of these movies, there was a lot of conversation surrounding them. Could they both be billion-dollar contenders? Could they both hit these things? And at the very least, people were projecting Superman at $800 million. Now, I thought more in that $700 million range is more realistic. It barely cracks $600 million. Fantastic Four, a lot of people thought that could be the big comeback, maybe $800 million for it. Here it is, struggling to reach $500 million. Both of these movies have underperformed. In fact, for the first time in 14 years, since the MCU's infancy, since 2011, for the first time since then, we will have no superhero movies that reach $700 million at the worldwide box office. Think about that. Yeah, this is supposed to be the big roaring comeback for superhero movies this summer. That was it. And $600 million, even though you spent a shit ton of money on Superman, that's supposed to be labeled as a huge, massive smash hit that went to digital in 30 days. Okay. And April and May were so strong that even while the month of June was down, the full second quarter was up a stunning 37% over the same frame, thanks to a Minecraft movie and Lilo and Stitch. They do throw in Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, racked up, $550-600 million at the box office. A huge disappointment, lost a lot of money on that, but that's what they're throwing in there as well. The record Memorial Day weekend prompting year-over-year revenue to momentarily 25% spike. And it still held a solid 16% gain the next month, thanks to Jurassic World Rebirth. From there, a roller coaster ride ensued. By the end of the August 15 to 17 weekend, year-over-year revenue was down 6% amid a slowdown in event titles. Worse, it lacked 11% compared with 2023. The late summer box office was counting on Fantastic Four. Instead, the Marvel movie quickly lost its groove. Now, you have had some, unexpected successes this year. Sinners had a decent run. F1 has had an incredible run when you factor in the way it opened, the fact that it's a racing movie, all of that stuff. An incredible run to get where it is, even though they did spend a lot of money making that movie, and that has to be put into consideration. So you have had some unexpected movies do better, but you've also had these big tentpole movies. Remember when people were arguing, what's going to win? These could all three hit $1 billion at the box office. Jurassic World. I wasn't saying that, but some people in the entertainment sphere, especially the access media types, were pushing that, trying to hype this up. Now, I didn't expect Jurassic World to hit $1 billion. I thought $900 million would be more in that range, but Superman and Fantastic Four have both significantly underperformed, especially if you look at the way people were talking about these movies in the weeks and months leading up to the release. And now, here it is. The hope that we're going to return to pre-COVID levels. Well, then when it doesn't happen, well, people have just adjusted their viewing habits. It's not the studio's fault. Like, there's just something different. There's nothing we can do. COVID changed everything. It's so funny. We continue to get the hype that it'll return to those levels, but then it doesn't happen, and then COVID is the excuse. It is now the exception rather than the rule when some of these big tentpole movies actually do money. The exception is like a Deadpool and Wolverine. The exception is an Inside Out 2. But the standard are Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, Leo. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing flops and flops and flops from these big budget movies that are supposed to be doing big numbers. And finally, I guess, the cope is gone. Because now people realize, I guess this wasn't the summer that we were going to return to those levels. I guess it's just another disappointment in the entertainment industry. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.